Hello everyone. Today I would like to ask a question and pose a theory. Are we responsible for the diminishing population, the extinction, or the migration of Hisuian forms? Let's look into things. So for starters, we can see that these Pokemon are thriving. So why did they leave, and are we connected to the reasons? So let's look at why animals leave their habitats. Some due to habitat loss, which would definitely apply to deer because it evolves in the harsh conditions of Hisui. So maybe that's how it learned its signature move. Without these harsh conditions, which don't actually exist in Sinnoh anymore, that must have meant that deer could not exist there anymore. Basculegion may have had a similar thing because, well, water routes now have way more people on them and are definitely safer than they were before. So that means less Basculin die, and therefore less Basculegion become evolved. So, we already see that the habitat changing also meant that these Pokemon couldn't be here. But why don't we even see their base forms here anymore? Well, it could have to do with some Pokemon faring better to the new environment than others. And therefore, these Pokemon had to leave and migrate. And when they did migrate, they weren't able to cope with the new environments they were displaced into. And why did they leave? We've been catching so many of them on our journey, and that is probably very likely for everybody that you've caught an immense amount of these Pokemon. Now, these Pokemon haven't actually been caught that much before, because if you see the amount of times they've been caught by trainers and things like that, you'll see it's very low, at least compared to how many times you must have caught them. So now they've already got some added challenge to surviving. They've got to prepare to be caught. There's also challenging a Pokemon to a battle. We can be challenging them to battle, and therefore, they might not fare well against you. And also, if we see these Hisuian forms, most of them have typings that aren't the best on the defensive side, so they might have had trouble with faring against Pokemon with type advantages. Like this Pokemon would definitely lose much faster to a flying type Pokemon than its base form would. And this one has way more weaknesses than regular Typhlosion. So, as these Pokemon encountered more and more humans, they might have had to drive out of their homes to feel more safe, which is what a lot of animals end up having to do. So, I would say that already makes us partially responsible for this. So, where did they go? And did all of them change? No. Because Hisuian Zoroark made it to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet somehow. We don't exactly know how yet, but we can guess that maybe they can be caught in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet somehow, which means that some of them must have fared well in other conditions. But yet again, the conditions have become much easier in the Sinnoh region, and a different variety of Pokemon are available there. So as different Pokemon moved in, they may have been forced to move out, and therefore their own form's type must have diminished in numbers because there were way more of the other Pokemon. Because if we see Hisuian form Pokemon, you can find them in much less places than you can find some other more common Pokemon. There are some very specific places you have to go to find some of these Pokemon. So that means that if a few of the population ended up being displaced, then that's going to have a large impact on the rest of them. Like, if too many of them left, then the remaining ones wouldn't be able to repopulate and would have to move along with them. But with the larger numbers of the other forms, that must have meant that the other forms fared well, and therefore these left, and eventually, in the modern-day Sinnoh region, we cannot find these Pokemon anymore. So therefore, I would say that we are partially responsible for these Pokemon having to flee their habitats, be completely diminished in population and go extinct, or for them having to migrate. And that is my theory. So guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!